In the mountains of Montana, deep in one of the most dangerous wilderness regions in North America, a lone hunter set out for what he believed would be a quiet, ordinary morning. He had done this trip hundreds of times. He knew the trails, he knew the wildlife, he knew the risks, but nothing could prepare him for what was about to happen. Because on this day, he would survive not one but two grizzly bear attacks, and somehow walk away alive. This is the unbelievable true story of survival, instinct, and raw determination. The story of Todd Orr. It was October 2016. Just after sunrise, Todd parked his truck near the trailhead of Madison Valley, a massive stretch of pine forest, rocky cliffs, and deep remote wilderness. Temperatures were cold, but the sky was clear. It looked like the perfect morning for scouting elk. Todd was experienced. He carried bear spray. He shouted, "Hey bear," every few steps, a loud echoing warning used to avoid surprising wildlife. For nearly an hour, everything was calm. Just birds, wind, and the crunch of pine needles under his boots. But deep in the woods, a grizzly was listening. A mother with cubs, the most dangerous situation possible, and she considered Todd a threat. Todd suddenly spotted movement in the trees. A large shape, brown fur, a grizzly bear, and two cubs behind her. Todd froze. He knew exactly what this meant. He slowly backed away, speaking calmly, hands raised, never turning his back. Then, without warning, she charged. Todd grabbed his bear spray and fired, but the wind blew the cloud sideways, barely touching her. Within seconds, the 400-pound grizzly slammed into him. The force knocked him off his feet and onto the ground. He curled onto his stomach and protected his neck, the only move that might save him. The grizzly clawed and bit at his back, arms, and shoulders. Todd could hear bones cracking. He could feel her weight crushing him into the dirt. For a moment, he believed he was going to die. Then finally, the bear stopped. She stepped back, snorted, and slowly returned to her cubs. Todd stayed perfectly still until the forest fell silent again. When he was sure she was gone, Todd lifted his head. Blood streamed down his arms. His jacket was torn to shreds. But he was alive? Barely. He began crawling. He couldn't run, he couldn't even stand at first. Every movement sent a sharp pain down his back. But he forced himself forward, inch by inch, toward the trail that led back to his truck. He reminded himself, if I stop moving, I die. After nearly half a mile of crawling and limping, Todd heard something behind him, a deep rumbling growl, leaves crunching, heavy breathing. He turned and saw the mother grizzly charging again. She had followed his blood trail, and this time she was even more furious. Todd didn't have time to react. The bear hit him again with full force. She bit down on his arm, tearing muscle. She clawed across his head, ripping his scalp. He felt her teeth grind against his skull. His vision blurred. He drifted in and out of consciousness, but somehow he played dead again. And after what felt like an eternity, the grizzly stepped off him and disappeared into the forest once more. Todd lay there in complete silence, staring at the sky. He was torn open, bleeding heavily, barely able to move, but still alive. 2 attacks, 1 hour apart. Almost no one in history has survived something like this. Todd knew he had minutes, maybe less, before he passed out. With what strength he had left, he pushed himself up and limped down the trail. He followed the narrow dirt path until finally he saw it, his truck, parked at the trailhead. He stumbled inside, slammed the door, and drove 45 miles to the nearest hospital, holding pressure on his wounds with one hand while steering with the other. Doctors were shocked. His arm was shredded. His scalp required stitches. His forearm and shoulder were severely damaged. Yet somehow, he remained fully conscious through the entire drive. Todd Orr survived what